Kal Kadosh, Boker Or, Masechet Zevachim, Daf Yomi, Daf Nun Aleph, Amud Aleph 51a1, says the Gemara. We just finished off by saying that only the Shechita is going to be metaher from the Tum'ah, right? When it's going to be a Trefa, it's not going to be right, but not the Melika. So he said, Rabbi Yosef, but not the Melika. So it says, it's not really true. Hatam tehavehi, he says, tevehi, what does that mean? Even if it's going to be the way that you're thinking, mishchita de chulin katya, it's coming from the shchita of chulin. And that's where we're learning the melikata of, that just like it's from chulin, you're not kodshim. So if you can't be mochiach anything from over there. So because of that, we're going to say that both of them are chulim, you can learn lameh min alamed. And therefore you cannot bring a proof from a kal v'chomer to do with a binyan av. So I don't have a proof. Okay? Fine. So now we come and we say, davar alamed binyan av. Remember, again, it's always Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet. So you had all the other ones. The Dalet was always the Binyanav, right? So you have Hekesh, Gzera Shava, Kal V'chomer, Binyanav. So now the Gemara goes to the last one, Binyanav. Can you learn from a Hekesh from a Binyanav, a Gzera Shava from Binyanav, a Kal V'chomer from Binyanav, and Binyanav, right, from Binyanav? So says the Gemara, Shot Meha Chada. We do want to say one of them. Mipnei Amru Lan bedam kasher. One of them we could for sure answer. Which one is that one? Right? Something that you learn from a binyan av, can you do a binyan av? So that's the fourth one, which is binyan av from binyan av. So he says, why did they say lan bedam kasher? What does that mean? If it went up, remember that if it was lina by the dam, and it went up to the korban, it doesn't come back down. Share lam be'murin is going to be kasher. Lam be'murin kasher, share lam be'basar kasher. So yotze, right? Oil yotze kasher be'mama, right? And then you have the tameh, right? Hoil ve'utar ba'avodat tzibur. Chutz zmano, hol u'mratzol lefi gulo. Chutz imkomo, hol ve'ukash chutz zmano. Shekiblu psulim ve'zarku daman, behanach psulim dechazu, right? La'avodat tzibur. So therefore, you see that in all these cases, right? Since we're going to find something kasher in a certain avodah, even though right now it's going to be pasul, it's still alu lo yardu. So therefore, what are we trying to say? We're trying to say that at the end of the day, that you could learn a binyan av from a binyan av, correct? Okay, you guys are with us or not? So he says not like this. He says, fine. Right, so the Gemara is going to ask on that, and it's going to say, can you learn from something which is shelo bechshero, from something which is done bechshero? So he says, Tana mizot Torah ta'olah riba samachle. What does that mean? He comes and he says like this: the Tana has been being somech on the drasha that they said from the pasuk of Zot Torah ta'olah is coming to include all the psulei korbanot. That the second that it goes up, it doesn't come down. Okay, that's fine. Fine. Shirei Adam. Right? When it says Shirei Adam, my tama, what's the reasoning? Right? Why is it you have to be shofech Shirei Adam on Yisod Ma'aravi? So Amar Kra, the pasuk says, El Yisod Mizbach Haolah Asher Petach Ol Moed. Hahu de Paga Bereisha. That is going to be in the Reisha. So Tanu Rabbanan, we learned in the Braita. El Yisod Mizbach Haolah, to the Yisod Mizbach Haolah, Velo Yisod Mizbach HaPnimi. El Yisod Mizbach Haolah, so he says, En lo Yisod LaPnimi Atzmo. El Yisod Mizbach Haolah, ten Yisod LaMizbeach Shel Olah. Right? Remember the Mizbach HaOlah is the outer one. Right? O eno LaMizbeach Shel Olah sheyeh Yisod. Samar Bishmael Tzkal V'chomer. Ma shiraim she'en mechaprim. Just like the shiraim, it's never mechaper, and still turning Yisod, you still need the Yisod. Right? Techilat Olah, right? Shemechaperet. Eno din shetuna Yisod. So Amar Rabbi Akiva, says Rabbi Akiva, Ma shiraim she'en mechaprim ve'en ba'layin lekapara, tunim Yisod tchilat, right? Or Yisod. תחילת עולה שמכפרת ובאה לכפרה, נודעים שטעונה יסוד, you do need a יסוד. אם כן, if so, מה תאמר לומר יסוד מזבח העולה? תן יסוד למזבחה של עולה, give the יסוד למזבחה של עולה. Fine. So אמר more says, אל יסוד מזבח העולה, ולא יסוד מזבח הפנימי. So he says, המבעלה לגופה, you need it already. מאשר פתח חול ומועד נפקא, he learns it from פתח חול ומועד. So he come and he said, אל יסוד מזבח העולה, right? נונה לפעם ובית. right? So he says, 10 yisod lemizbach shelolah. You have to give the yisod to the mizbach shelolah. So the Yitzhak Kadad Kidichtiv, as if you're going to tell me that the way that it's going to be written, right? Hani lamali. So why do I need these words then? The shiraim, for the shiraim. So he says, ha baraya vile. So he says over here, so too, the beginning of the matanot of the Sin Nasi is going to be for the outside. So he says, "V'chitem ad efuch mepuch." Maybe I'm going to switch it around. So he says, right? Nun bet amudale de barai legavai ud gavai le barai ha'en lo yesol pniyatzmo. So he said the shirei adam of the korbanot, which are going to be brought on the mizbeach hachitzon, they have to be spilled on the yesod of mizbeach hapnimi. And the shirei adam of the korbanot, which are brought on the pnimi, have to be spilled on the mizbeach hachitzon. So he says, as en lo yesod lepnimi atzmo. So you don't have a yesod, meaning the inner mizbeach, there's no yesod. The inner mizbeach was square. That's it. The outer mizbeach, on the two parts, you had the yesod. It was actually 2.5. If you remember, it was like this, and then a little bit over here. So it had a yesod. Only the outer mizbeach, not the inner mizbeach. You have the picture there, no?